When you think of Iran, what comes to mind? Headlines, politics, nuclear deals. For many, Iran is a country shrouded in mystery, often reduced to a few simplistic and, frankly, misleading narratives. But behind the curtain of modern geopolitics lies a story thousands of years in the making. A story of empires, poets, revolutions, and a people of incredible resilience. Today, we're going beyond the headlines to uncover the real Iran, a civilization that has shaped our world in ways you've never imagined. This is a journey into the heart of a nation that is far more complex, vibrant, and influential than the common perception allows. Let's begin by shattering a fundamental myth: that Iran is a young nation, born from the turmoil of the 20th century. The truth is, this land is a cradle of civilization. Long before Persia was a word on anyone's lips, the Elamites were building one of the world's first advanced societies in what is now southwestern Iran. As far back as 3200 BCE, they developed their own writing system, rivaling those of Mesopotamia and Egypt. They constructed massive temple complexes called ziggurats, testament to a sophisticated, organized state that thrived for millennia. Then, in the 6th century BCE, a figure emerged who would not only unite the region, but also introduce a revolutionary concept to the world: human rights. His name was Cyrus the Great. He founded the Achaemenid Empire, the largest the world had yet seen, but its size was not its most remarkable feature. On a small clay artifact, now known as the Cyrus Cylinder, he inscribed a decree. He declared freedom of religion, abolished slavery, and proclaimed that all people had the right to choose their own profession. This document is considered by many to be the world's first charter of human rights, a radical idea that echoes through our modern values. Cyrus's successors expanded on this legacy. Darius the Great, a master administrator, organized the vast empire into provinces governed by satraps. He built the legendary Royal Road, a highway stretching over 2,500 kilometers, allowing messengers to cross the empire in just 7 days, an astonishing feat of logistics. He standardized currency and weights, fostering trade and economic stability across his diverse lands, and he commissioned the construction of Persepolis, a breathtaking ceremonial capital whose ruins still whisper of the empire's immense power and artistic grandeur. This wasn't just a conquest state, it was a meticulously managed global power that valued efficiency and order. Underpinning this empire was a profound spiritual idea: Zoroastrianism. This was one of the world's first monotheistic faiths, founded by the prophet Zoroaster. Its core concepts, a single, all-powerful God, a cosmic struggle between good and evil, and the idea of a final judgment, would have a seismic influence on later religions, including Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. The Persian Empire wasn't just a military and political force. It was a spiritual and philosophical powerhouse. It ruled over a staggering 44% of the world's population at its peak, not through brute force alone, but through a policy of remarkable tolerance, allowing conquered peoples like the Babylonians and Jews to maintain their own cultures and religions. But no empire lasts forever. Alexander the Great's conquest brought the Achaemenid era to a fiery end. Yet the spirit of Persia proved impossible to extinguish. For centuries, this land became a crossroads, conquered by Greeks, Parthians, and Sasanians, each leaving their mark, but never erasing the deep cultural identity of the people. Following the Arab conquest in the 7th century, Iran entered a new phase, and instead of being culturally consumed, it sparked an intellectual renaissance. This was the Islamic Golden Age, and Persian thinkers were its superstars. The philosopher and physician Avicenna wrote The Canon of Medicine, a medical encyclopedia that was a standard textbook in Europe for over 600 years. The poet Rumi penned mystical verses on love and divinity that are still read and revered globally. Persians didn't just adopt the new culture, they took it and elevated it, becoming the intellectual engine of the Islamic world. Centuries later, a new dynasty would reshape Iran's identity once again. The Safavids, who came to power in the 16th century, made a momentous decision. They established Twelver Shia Islam as the state religion. This act fundamentally distinguished Iran from its Sunni neighbors, particularly the Ottoman Empire, and laid the foundation for the country's modern religious identity. The Safavids also presided over a cultural explosion. Their capital, Isfahan, became one of the world's most beautiful cities. Its centerpiece, Naqsh-e-Jahan Square, or Image of the World Square, is a masterpiece of urban planning, surrounded by magnificent mosques, palaces, and the Grand Bazaar. It was a declaration to the world that Persia was once again a center of power, art, and sophistication. The centuries that followed saw Iran navigate treacherous new waters. The Qajar dynasty, ruling from the late 18th century, faced the growing ambitions of Western imperial powers like Britain and Russia. This period of pressure and foreign interference sparked a powerful internal reaction. In 1906, a coalition of merchants, clergy, and intellectuals forced the king to accept a constitution and a parliament. The Constitutional Revolution was one of the very first movements for democracy in the entire Middle East, a testament to a long-held desire for justice and self-determination. This brings us to the turbulent modern era and another myth, that Iran is a monolithic, isolated state. The story is far more complicated. In 1951, Iran democratically elected a charismatic prime minister, Mohammad Mossadegh. He moved to nationalize the country's oil industry, which had been controlled by Britain for decades. This bold act of sovereignty was met with a swift and secret response. In 1953, the CIA and MI6 orchestrated a coup that overthrew Mossadegh and reinstalled the Shah, an autocratic monarch friendly to Western interests. This event left a deep and lasting scar on the Iranian psyche, fueling decades of anti-Western sentiment and mistrust. The Shah's rule, marked by rapid modernization, but also brutal political repression, culminated in the cataclysm of 1979. The Islamic Revolution is often portrayed simply as a religious takeover, but its causes were far more complex. It was a perfect storm of anger against foreign interference, frustration with economic inequality, and opposition to the Shah's secular dictatorship, all galvanized by the powerful leadership of Ayatollah Khomeini. It was a revolution with many faces, not just one. Almost immediately, the new republic was tested. In 1980, Saddam Hussein's Iraq, backed by several world powers, invaded Iran, starting a brutal 8-year war. The Iran-Iraq War cost hundreds of thousands of lives and devastated the economy, but it also forged a powerful sense of national identity and resilience. The shared sacrifice unified the country against a foreign aggressor and solidified the revolutionary government's hold on power. In the decades since, Iran has remained a focal point of global tension, particularly over its nuclear program. While the West fears a bid for nuclear weapons, Iran insists its program is for peaceful energy purposes, arguing it has a right to technological self-sufficiency, especially given its history of foreign intervention. The resulting international sanctions have crippled its economy, but also pushed it to forge strategic alliances with powers like Russia and China, fundamentally reshaping regional and global power dynamics. But let's look beyond the politics, because to truly understand Iran, you must look at its culture. And here we must bust the most pervasive myth of all, that Iranian culture is suppressed, silent, and gray. The reality could not be more different. Iran has a vibrant contemporary art scene that pulses with creativity. Iranian cinema is celebrated worldwide, with directors like Asghar Farhadi winning multiple Academy Awards for films that offer profound and subtle critiques of modern life. Music, from traditional Persian melodies to underground rock and hip-hop, thrives despite restrictions. And what about the role of women? The Western image is often one of passive, veiled figures. The reality on the ground is far more nuanced and dynamic. Iranian women constitute over 60% of university students. They are doctors, scientists, entrepreneurs, and artists. While they face significant legal and social challenges, they are far from silent victims, actively pushing boundaries and shaping their society from within. This is a society that also cherishes its ancient traditions. Hospitality is a cornerstone of the culture, and the culinary traditions are a delicious tapestry of flavors. Every spring, Iranians of all backgrounds celebrate Nowruz, the Persian New Year. This 3,000-year-old festival, rooted in Zoroastrianism, is a 2-week celebration of renewal, family, and the enduring spirit of Persian culture. It's a vibrant, colorful reminder that Iran is not a monolith, but a rich mosaic of diverse ethnic groups: Persians, Azeris, Kurds, Lurs, and more, each with their own language and traditions, all contributing to the nation's identity. From the dawn of civilization to the complex geopolitics of today, the story of Iran is one of staggering endurance. It's a legacy of pioneering human rights, world-changing scientific and philosophical thought, breathtaking art, and an unbreakable spirit of resistance and resilience. To see Iran only through the lens of a single headline is to miss one of the world's great stories. It's a nation that has consistently influenced the world, absorbed invasions and ideologies, and transformed them into something uniquely its own. Understanding this complex, beautiful, and challenging history is the first step to seeing Iran for what it truly is. Not a headline, but a living, breathing civilization with a legacy that continues to unfold. Thanks for watching. If this journey through history opened your eyes, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives that go beyond the surface.